What's going on, you guys? This weekend we have UFC Fight Night, another Apex card. Gilbert Burns taking on Michael Morales in a welterweight bout. Last week on picks did pretty good, 10-2. Might have the best picks on MMA YouTube, but I ain't gonna say it. You can say it. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this card. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know who you guys got. I'm gonna be going over the picks, starting with the prelim, early prelim opener. Who was it? Tecia Pennington taking on Luana Pinheiro. Tecia Pennington, huge favorite, minus 350. Luana Pinheiro's on a losing streak. I think she lost 3 fights in a row, something like that. Pennington got her first win in a minute against Carla Esparza. She's been losing 2 before that. I think lost like 2 fights in a row before that. But I'm going to pick her, fighting way better competition than Luana is. I think she's going to come out, do what she does, take her down, and just kind of hold her there. Hold her against the fence. Not a great fight. Gonna be boring. Minus 350. Pretty big favorite. I wouldn't lay too much on it. Maybe by decision. Tecia Pennington by decision. I can see something like that. Probably get some better odds. And yeah. Gonna be a boring fight. Great way to start an Apex card. Let's get into the next one. Not breaking it down too much. Alright, we have Hyun-Sung Park versus Carlos Hernandez. Carlos Hernandez, I think he's on a big losing streak, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's not, but he's been just winning and losing. Carlos Hernandez, plus 150. Hyun-Sung Park, minus 180. Hyun-Sung Park, we haven't seen in a while. I think like a year and a half almost. He knocked out Shannon Ross. Well, like one of the 10, 12 people to knock out Shannon Ross. Yeah, you know, who has at this point. Anyway, Hyun-Sung Park has some decent hands. I mean, well, you know, you got to land one shot on Shannon Ross to get a knockout. But last win by KO, I think it was in 2023, so we're looking at like a year and a half. He's 29. I imagine that time he's been improving. I'm going to pick him. Decision. Might be able to get a finish out here. Carlos Hernandez. He's lost to Tatsuro Taira. I think he was one of the 4 Mexican dudes that Taira beat in a row when he was on that little run. So he's shown like a weakness kind of to take down and stuff like that. So I think Hyun-Sung Park's going to be able to come out, wrestle a little bit, mix it up on the feet, and just kind of dominate, probably 30-27 decision. Not going to be great. Let's get into the next one. Elise Reed taking on Denis Gomes. This dude's about to beat Elise Reed's ass. Denis Gomes, minus 650, is going to just dog walk Elise Reed. Probably the first finish of the night. First round TKO. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, 25, young, actually has pop in her hands, can knock people out. Yeah, Denis Gomes, I don't really have too much on this one. Elise Reed, 8-4, what a record. 32, taking on young up-and-comer 25-year-old who has some heat in her hands, and, you know, come out, probably get a finish, wrap it up early, you know. That's going to be my breakdown for that one. All right, next up after that, we just got all the women's fight out of the way at least, and getting really early in this one. Luana Santos taking on Tainara Lisboa. Some Brazilians, should be a fun one to watch. Luana Santos, minus 170. Let me see something here. I was looking at the records and stuff before this, I just forget. Yeah, her last fight, she was on a roll, then she lost to Casey O'Neill, and yeah. I don't really have too much of a breakdown for this one. I imagine she's going to probably get a few takedowns, mix it up a little bit. I'm picking Luana Santos on this one. I mean, 25, up-and-comer. You know, probably, versus the 34-year-old. I can see her improving more in between fights. Coming out, keeping it good on the feet if she wants to, take down if she wants to. You know, who cares on this one. Let's get into some better fights, hopefully. Yadier Devel, I don't know if I pronounced that right, versus Connor Matthews. Yadier, I must just say. Devel. Minus 500, huge favorite. I'm gonna pick him to win. I can see him probably catching Connor Matthews in the KO early. If he wants to go out for a takedown or something, I can see like a second round TKO. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I probably watched all these fighters at least at some point, but you know, kind of shit fights. still kind of annoyed after UFC. They just announced UFC 317, so kind of annoyed that it's not Islam and Leah. Anyway, Getter Devel, come out, get a win, keep it pushing, 9-0, fun prospect in, what is this, 145 featherweight. Hopefully, let's get that going. Next up, Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. I was looking at the odds of this and I couldn't believe it. Thiago Moises is minus 105. I mean, I guess he kind of has a shit record, but I don't think this is going to be close. What was Thiago Moises' last fight? Yeah, Trey Ogden, Ludovic Klein, BSD. Like, he's beating like the shit people he should be, but he's losing to better competition. I mean, I think Thiago Moises is better. He's 30. He's hitting his physical prime. Really surprised by the odds here. I feel like there's kind of a steal at minus 105. Jared Gordon is 36. He's been looking like pretty shit in his last few fights. I think Thiago Moises is going to come out, run through him, maybe get a submission, because I know Jared Gordon likes to play on the ground and stuff like that. Thiago Moises has decent hands. Yeah, I'm picking Thiago Moises in this one. Like I said, minus 105, I feel like it's kind of a steal. And yeah, I don't think it's going to be that close. Thiago Moises, younger, trying to get back into the top 15, top 10 stuff. These guys, I feel like these guys are like kind of like right outside, like top 20, top 25 probably, ish, maybe somewhere around there. So Thiago Moises, come out, get a finish, keep the ball rolling. Minus 105 is kind of crazy to me. All right, next up, I think that was the prelims. God, this card is shit. Main card, oh God, what is this? Main card opener, Gabe Green versus Matheus Camilo. Gabe Green's ass almost beat fucking Yadier, which is crazy. 11-5. Did I watch this guy's fight? I probably did. If it was the Young Contender Series, I watched all those fucking... No, he was on Contender Series. Just a straight up signee. Short notice. 2001. Oh my God. I'm gonna die soon. Gabe Green is shit. Matthew Camilo. I mean, the signing, I don't know if it's short notice. I don't really know. But I'll pick him. Why not? Let's have some fun. He's a favorite too, minus 235. Probably going to finish. Gabe Green, I don't know if he's been back since he got finished by, what the fuck's his name? Brian Battle. I think that was the last fight. And, yep. He's, sheesh. 3-5. 2-5 in his last 5. Last fight was a TKO against Brian Battle. That was a quick one. And, yeah. I think he's probably going to finish here. Get cut after this. Get rid of him. Don't eat him. Keep it pushing. This is actually a pretty fun fight. Costa versus Erosa. I'm not going to try and pronounce his first name. Costa's been on kind of a roll. These two dudes, I feel like we just watched these guys fought like a week ago. It wasn't that long. It wasn't that, soon. But Junior Erosa taking on Costa. I'm not going to pronounce it. Costa's been on a roll. I think Erosa's been on like a roll too, like 3 straight. I feel like I'm gonna go with Costa here. 28. He's been making improvements. I swear, yeah. Julian Erosa just fucking elder abused Darren Elkins, didn't he? That was his last fight like 2 months ago or like a month ago? I feel like. What are we in May? That was last month, wasn't it? He just beat his ass. Yeah, literally a month ago. Just forced Darren Elkins into retirement, hopefully. And Melquizael Costa, I think his last fight was against Christian Rodriguez, if I'm not mistaken. Both these dudes have beaten Christian Rodriguez, by the way. But both very active, like a month and a half ago. That's fucking insane. And then a month before that, I guess he's making up for lost time. Only fought one time in 2024. Fuck it, get this ball rolling. I'm going Costa here. I can see him. He's slick on the ground, getting a takedown. Maybe getting submission down there. Got to be a little careful, Jonah Rose on the ground, but I think Costa is going to be smart, know what to do, handle himself on the ground, and get a takedown, keep on the ground, probably get a submission, late round submission. I don't know why that's calling me. 3rd round submission, something like that, 2nd round. Yeah, Jonah Rosa, fun fighter, but he's getting up there, 35, especially at featherweight. He's not making a run anytime soon. Costa still has that chance. This is probably like his last fight before hopping in the top 15, getting a top 15 opponent, If he can beat Erosa, he kind of like deserves somewhere in the top 15 or maybe just I feel like these guys are like just outside the top 15. So that was my pick. Costa, submission, probably third round. God, this card is fucking dog shit. Oh my god. Dustin Stoltzfus versus Nursulton Ruziboev. Pronounce it terribly. Uzbekistan. Stand up. What's up? He is not 6'5". Is he 6'5"? I remember he fought Buckley and it looked funny, but I don't think he's 6'5". He's lying. Maybe like 6'3", something like that. Stoltzfus, if I can pronounce it right. I think he's a little chinny. I feel like he's gonna get chinned here. Nursulton, if he doesn't gas out in the fight, he's been showing a little kind of a sus gas cardio. I don't know if I'm saying here. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Nursulton. Probably gonna catch Stoltzfus in the second round. That's my pick. I mean, Stoltzfus have been kind of winning a little bit lately, if I'm not mistaken. I remember Ruziboev, he got like a finish against some like scrub, kind of just get him bounced back after the Joaquin Buckley fight. Yeah, he got a finish against Marc-Andre Barriault last year. Got slept by Bruno Ferreira. Abus beat Soriano. Yeah, that's not bad. But I think he's gonna get chinned here. Tough. Ruziboev, better on the feet, I feel like. Stoltzfus, he's not bad, but I think he's going to get chinned. And that's all I got for that one. God, this card's ass. Sodiq Yusuff versus Mairon Santos. Kind of surprised. I mean, Sodiq Yusuff is kind of trash too. Mairon Santos, though, minus 125, 16-1. I'm not sold on him yet. He fought Francis Marshall last time, and it was kind of like a robbery, kind of. Like, I was seeing like all the scorecards and everyone had it for Francis. I mean, for Francis Marshall. But he won. Kind of crazy. But here at lightweight, aren't these guys? Why did I say lightweight? I guess these might be fighting at lightweight. That's interesting. Sodiq Yusuff, I don't think he's fought since he got chinned by Diego Lopez, if I'm not mistaken. Let's find out together. He has not. Yeah, goddamn, he's kind of ass. I was just leaning towards him, but I mean, he beats like the lesser guys, but when he fights someone decent, he loses. Arnold Allen, Edson Barboza, Diego Lopez. Yeah. But I mean, Mairon Santos was out here struggling against Francis Marshall. I think Sodiq Yusuff can be able to. Is smarter. He's 31. I usually pick the younger guy, but I just wasn't super sold on Mairon Santos, so I'm actually going to go with Sodiq Yusuff here. I feel like he can pull it out in decision, especially if they're not cutting weight. I feel like Sodiq Yusuff cuts a lot of weight. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like, I don't know if I'm tripping, if I'm just thinking of someone else. I feel like he's missed weight before. I was thinking of someone else, I don't know. But anyway, if this is at lightweight, that's cool. Sodiq Yusuff, decision. Not going to be a fun fight, rarely in, unless he can finish like he did against Diego Lopez. That was a fun fight. Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig in the co-main event. 2025 co-main event. This is what we're doing here. Paul Craig, how many has he lost in a row? Am I tripping, or has he lost like 4 in a row? Oh, he's lost 3 in a row. He beat Andre Muniz, and other than that, he's lost every other fight. Paul Craig's shit. 37. He's going to get pieced up by this dude. Minus 550 for Rodolfo Bellato. First round, TKO. Second round, maybe. Paul Craig, yeah. Like, just time to hang it up, dog. I doubt he's going to get a takedown, and I'm not going to say all this, and then Paul Craig is going to get a submission fucking knee bar or something. Bellato, way better on the feet. He's going to be able to piece him up. I think that's what he's going to do. First round, second round, TKO, Paul Craig, enjoy retirement, buddy. Yeah, just, this is crazy for a co-main event. I mean, it is Apex, so they really don't give a fuck. They're just throwing any fights together. But this, absolutely disgusting work. Insane. Yeah, I just can't believe this. This is terrible fights on terrible fights. Actually, not a terrible fight is the main event. Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales. Michael Morales 17-0, super hot prospect, minus 850, insane odds. I'm going to be going Michael Morales here. I think Gilbert Burns, he's 38. His best years are behind him. Yeah, I just think he's going to get pieced up on the feet. I don't think he's going to be able to get a takedown. I feel like Michael Morales is going to be just so much more athletic, explosive. Going to be able to, not get taken down. And if he does, I don't think he's going to be like a fish out of water there. I think if he's going to have great sprawls, be quick, faster than Gilbert Burns, quicker on the feet, more power, more athletic. And I think, this is the start of something good for Michael Morales. 17-0. Hopefully he keeps this momentum going. What was Gilbert Burns' last fight? Was it the JDM loss? Kind of crazy. He had to fight someone else since then. Sean Brady. Oh, yeah. He got dominated by Sean Brady. That's right. 3-fight losing streak for Gilbert Burns is kind of rough. I mean, he's losing to the top guys. Bilal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena, Sean Brady. Yeah, but I think it's a wrap for him. 38 on a 3-fight losing streak. Does he keep fighting after this if he loses? I don't know. Probably not. It's kind of rough. Michael Morales, young, hot prospect. I think he's in the top 15 now. I'm pretty sure he is. Who was his last fight? I feel like he hasn't fought in a minute, though. I haven't seen him in a while. Neil Magny in August of 2024. He only fought one time last year, which is kind of rough. Did knock out Neil Magny. I think he's just going to piece up Gilbert Burns on the feet and just be quicker and faster and just feeding, the old to the young is what happens here in the UFC. And this is a prime example of it. Gilbert Burns, Michael Morales, he has 5 rounds here. I mean, hey, maybe Gilbert Burns pushes it past the first 3 and then we see Michael Morales fall off in the last 3 rounds. We'll see. I doubt it. Michael Morales, 2nd round TKO. I feel like he's going to catch Gilbert Burns. He's going to shoot terribly. And then he's going to just ground and pound for the finish. That's going to be my picks for this card. Terrible fight card. Honestly, just god-awful. No fights next week. And then we come back with, I don't know, I forget who we come back with. Oh, Macy Barber and Aaron Blanchfield. God. But I think those have better fight cards. Those are my picks. Let me know who you guys pick. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Yeah, see you guys. I'm probably going to end up streaming this card. I fucking didn't get to stream last week card, but I have to stream this one. Disgusting. But yeah. Have a good one, guys. Bye.